Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Entrepreneur TV Middle East. With me is the one and only Dr. Satyam. He's the founder of Reignite Future. Such a beautiful name for a company. Thank you so much for coming.
Yeah, so if you think of it, everybody talks about doing now something, right?
Yeah.
With these exponential technologies, we have to think about how do we actually reignite our company for the future technologies,
Right.
right?
Right. Amazing.
Especially that we are in the AI era. For most people, and I've been doing it for almost 20, 30 years.
Amazing.
When I wrote every line of code myself.
So tell me a little bit about the company. What do you do?
So I mostly advise startups and mature companies as to how to grow their market, how to leverage exponential technologies for creating value rather than the fluff, right? Because these things are everywhere, and as we all know, uh, earlier when data came, people were running after data, right? And so what I mostly do is start from there, right? That help companies to grow by leveraging exponential technologies in the right way, especially leaders. If you think of it, one is the technology part, the second is the people part. And everybody focuses on technical people. But leaders also need to understand, right? Because they make the strategy of a business, whether it is a startup, whether it is a big company. If they don't understand these exponential technologies, how can they tell their employees to do?
Yeah, exactly.
So I help both the leaders and professionals to leverage exponential technologies the right way.
What would be your main pieces of advice?
Always think of what business are you in? How do I grow the business? Not how do I leverage the technology? Because whatever the business, like for example, you are doing this digital marketing, social media marketing, your core strength is social media marketing. So you want to grow that business, right? Whether I get the best microphone, whether AI-driven microphone, or whether I do AI-driven camera, but what is the focus is to increase the social media business.
Yeah.
So for how to grow that business, what is the technology that I need? Rather than saying, oh, today the latest camera came, it can do these many pixels, right?
Yeah.
And you just implement it, but your back-end system is not ready.
Right.
Then what's the point?
True.
Correct?
Positive.
So focus should be always business. How do I generate more value for my business? And then leverage the technology, the right technology at the right time by the right people.
What was one of those biggest challenges that you've ever faced? Even now working, as an advisor for DressCon, which did create and organize this event, what sort of challenges do you usually go through? Do you remember that one specific moment that was extremely difficult to handle for you?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Because whenever you talk about new technologies, there will be people who will be blockers because they just don't want to change their method. And whether they have 20 years of experience, 30 years of experience, and even though they can see that all the new technologies are coming, they will say, oh, we have been doing this business for so long, how can technology help, right? Especially with AI, there are a lot of leaders who probably don't even understand the terms, and they will be like first one to say, oh, we have been doing this kind of operations for last so many years. What will AI do? Nothing.
Right.
So it is the mindset of leaders that is the biggest objection.
Yeah, we're only human at the end of the day as well. So
right. So people don't study, people don't read, right? And people assume. And nowadays people just want to type something in ChatGPT and answer comes. And so, oh, this is the answer. That's not how it works. Because
do you think that AI now is more of a hype or a substance?
So both. It is actually both. There's a lot of hype because people use all these funny terms. If you look at the terms that are associated with AI, right? Like explainable AI, right? Generative AI, and there was recently one conference somebody used the term engineered AI. Now this all is hype. What is? If you know
there's nothing to it actually.
Even my undergraduate students know AI is very simple term. It is a subject which was designed to mimic human intelligence. And by nature, we all know human intelligence is explainable, learnable, right?
Yeah.
So if the definition itself says mimic human intelligence,
yeah,
then all these additional terms you add to confuse people. That's the hype part.
That's the hype.
Right? But
It's
leveraging.
important to actually check where the quality is and
Correct.
what's real and where is the reality and where is just bluff, you know?
Exactly. So as long as you focus on your business problem, whatever that business is, then using those methods, that's what it is. But then it is the valuable part of AI.
Right.
How do I integrate things? Like, for example, you can write an article. Now you want to, if you look at the advantage of generative AI, then they can create those videos, which is, it helps. But if you look at it, those videos may not be perfect, but now you can edit it. You save time. That is the value,
Yeah.
right?
It's about, you know, not exchanging us, but enhancing our abilities,
Exactly.
but not exchanging us in any sort of way.
Human cognitions cannot be replaced, at least not in our lifetime.
Yeah.
Who knows after 200 years what happens, right?
Yeah.
But at this, because human cognition is going down because nobody wants to read, right?
Right.
So now maybe machines will take over.
Right.
But right now that doesn't happen. I think.
What do you think is going to be in the next, you know, in 10 years' time? What do you think a daily life is going to look like for us that's different from how it is today?
A lot of things, right? There should be more effort towards what I call personalized medicine, which can be very helpful, especially because the algorithms can actually look at the data for all of us and get the perfect medicine that is needed, right? So that could be one good area.
Increases longevity and just in general rehabilitation of our cells. Yeah.
Or like, you know, any medicine, if you look at the statistics, most medicines don't work on most of the people. So now we can have the correct dose. Now everybody takes the same pill, right? Not everybody needs that.
Same pill, same vaccine,
Right.
same.
So maybe based on your ailment, you can take a smaller piece of that.
Right.
So personalized medicine will become I think that will be one of the best, I'd say, positive use case.
Right.
Second is like our life as it is, like communication, as we all know, has changed, right? We can talk on so many different channels, all anywhere in the world at instant, right? That did not exist 20, 30 years ago. And that could become even better, like maybe we can talk to people in a holographic moment.
Yeah,
right?
that would be cool.
Right? So your mother is in some other city and here is a holographic image, you talk to her, feels as if you are there, right?
Yeah.
So that is a positive side. I want to look at the positive things, right?
Yeah, you seem very optimistic about
Because,
it. Beautiful.
Because it is the power of compute that we are taking advantage.
Right. Right. Well, it's an absolute pleasure speaking to you. Thank you so much for coming.
So
And
much.
we do wish you the best of luck. Thank you.
Thank you so much.